indeed take a look inside UWI, and I'm going to be chatting this morning with Dr. Ruel Ellis, who's the program coordinator for Project Management Program of the Faculty of Engineering. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us this morning, and I'm looking forward to this conversation because UWI is rolling out all its programs, and we have the pleasure here of giving all the information of the programs. So could you give us a brief description of the project management programs and how long they have existed?
Okay, the MSc in Project Management has existed at the University of the West Indies for the last, look at 16 to 18 years.
Wow.
The MSc has evolved into the MPhil in Project Management and also a PhD in Project Management. The MSc, which is more or less the flagship program, consists of 8 core courses and 4 elective courses, where students or participants can do them over a 1-year full-time, if they so choose, or 2-year part-time basis.
All right. And what do these courses and programs entail, really?
What do they entail? The program entails a mix of the core project management tools and skills, such as project planning, program management, risk management. There's even some financial risk, organizational behavior, because projects they exist in almost every field and every endeavor. So the aim is really to expose the students to a wide range of subject areas in which projects can be performed, and to have them, not just participate, but to have them develop their own skills in how to manage projects in the specific field.
All right. And what are the qualifications required to enter these programs?
I apologize, I did not hear that. There was some background noises.
Oh, I was just asking, what are the qualifications required to enter these programs?
Oh, the qualifications required. For the most part, it's just a good undergrad degree. Any discipline in that projects exist in almost every discipline. If someone does not have an undergrad degree, but is a senior or works in a senior management position and has a lot of experience in project management, their work experience can be considered for entry on an individual basis.
All right, that's wonderful, to know that, even for the more mature students who may have been in the industry or the field for quite some time, they don't have to go back to school to then get this undergrad degree, but their experience chalks up some of the qualifications necessary. So that's a good news.
Yes, it does.
So considering we're in this time of a pandemic, would there be a hybridized approach to the teaching? Would there be online and face-to-face teaching, or would it all go online, or what?
Actually, we have been fortunate in the MSc Project Management Program in that we have been running the program in Guyana since we started. And about 4 years ago, when the enrollment level dropped in Guyana, we took the decision to go fully online in Guyana. So we have had the full online and face-to-face running in parallel.
I see.
When the COVID-19 stuff started, all we did was allow the local students to transfer onto the online and join the Guyanese students.
Right, so there's no hitch in the program at all.
Going forward, I believe once things clear up, we will continue with the online, but we will try to create a hybrid in that we would focus on maybe having tutorials or having seminars in any territory where students are, or a large group of students are, so we can meet with them face to face, so they get that feel that we are real.
Right, definitely, and out of the virtual world itself. So say someone was to graduate from this program successfully, what are the employment opportunities for persons pursuing this type of study?
Well, for starters, at least 95% of our students are already employed. In that it's necessary to be employed so that you can apply some of the stuff that you're learning immediately.
Right.
However, what we have discovered in the past that almost 75% of our students switch jobs at the end of their courses. So there's a lot of opportunities. actually graduates from this program have migrated to the US, to Canada, in the UK. Some of them are even on the African continent, working in all types of fields. So the scope for employment and project management is there once industries continue to exist.
And speaking of industry, is it a field in Trinidad and Tobago that may be saturated, or is there still a lot of room for project managers and those who would graduate from such a program?
The mere fact that every year the government does their PSIP, which it intends to spend money to develop certain areas for the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, or organizations are seeking to develop themselves, projects will always exist. So in terms of saturation, no, I don't think, at least right now, I don't see the saturation being close by. I mean, project management has existed for almost 5,000 years, and it continues today. And once human beings continue to build and create and innovate, there will always be a need for project managers.
That is some good news there. So if there was someone who was considering pursuing a career in project management and they were considering enrolling in the faculty there at UWI, what would you tell them, you know, if they're uncertain about it but they're thinking about it, what would you tell them to encourage them?
To encourage them? Wow. There's no time like the present. But my thing is, you need to make up your mind first, where do you see yourself 5 years from now? And if you see yourself wanting to be in a field where things can change, where you do not wish to be in an office 8 to 5 or 9 to 5 doing the same thing for the next 10 years, and you wish something that's exciting, something in which you can move from one area to the next, something in which you get to interact with people, interact with technology, interact with different cultures, then project management is that field that you should enroll in.
Definitely. And how can individuals get more information and register and such?
Okay, more information. We have 2 sets, I mean, most of it online, at the Faculty of Engineering website at the University of the West Indies. That's sta.uwe.edu. And the MSc Project Management actually has a Facebook page where we interact with prospective and past students, so we keep everybody engaged.
Right. What are some of the things necessary for registration, you know, that they should know from the offset to work with, you know, ID and different documents and such?
Well, the university has its registration fully online, so you don't really have to work with anything.
That's
but
good
you
news.
need to get 2 transcripts. You need to get your transcript from your undergrad degree or you need to get copies of certificates that you have earned, a letter from your employer, and your resume. Those are the things that are considered when applying for the MSc Project Management program.
Is there any information by which, you know, students, graduates can measure their degree of success, you know, upon completion of the program?
Can measure degree of success. Can you, I mean, in terms of performance,
right.
I can tell you, okay, I can give you a simple example. The Brian Lara Cricketing Academy, a couple of years ago, it was completed. 3 out of the 4 project managers who worked on the second rounds of the Brian Lara Cricketing Academy, where the time was shorter than the forecasted time, and they saved a couple $1 million on it. 3 of them are graduates of the MSc Project Management program.
Ah, nice.
so in terms of what we are doing, it speaks for itself.
Definitely, definitely. And you know, the alumni of that program doing great things in the country, as you would have mentioned there, and of course, a lot to be proud about. With that, I want to thank you so much, Dr. Ruel Ellis, for joining us this morning and giving us such good information about the program. And we will continue to chat with all of you in UWI to find out what is happening as we move forward toward this new normal and what education would look like at the University of the West Indies. Again, thank you very much, Dr. Ruel Ellis, Program Coordinator with the Project Management Program at the UWI St. Augustine campus.